Parents are supposed to be the security for their children. They are supposed to be the safe place for their children. But we've had cases of children falling victim to the abuse of their parents. Parents being perpetrators of rape, parents being perpetrators of abuse. But to get more into the details of children's issues that have been happening in our country, we are joined by Ms. Shamafenga, who is from the Justice for Children Trust, who will give us more in-depth of the issues that have been happening in the country. We will look at what they are doing at the System of Justice for Children as an organization to help out children that have been abused. And before we go any further, we want to hear from Ms. Shamafengli. Tinema issues that now as young as 9 years old who have been raped and who have been impregnated by their guardians. What do you have to say before we get deep on what you are doing as an organization of Justice for Children Trust?
First and foremost, poverty is the major cause of child abuse nowadays. As we can see that most children from the poorest communities are more affected than those children that are coming from the wealthy communities. Parents coming from poverty, they have no access to the necessities that are needed by their children, like food and good clothing. So you can see that children are being engaged in activities that cause them harm, like they're being offered some help from strangers, and that is also contributing for them to be abused. Semararane yatruita mazuano tino kuma cases akawanda atusangana nawo pabasa rino. Vana vazhinji vabva kumhuri dzinotambura ndo vari kuabhisa kazhinji nekuti vari kukumbira help kubva kuvanhu vavasingazivi. Dzimwe nguva ndo vari kuriritira mhuri dzavo. Izvo zviri kukonzera kuti vaabuswe. Furthermore, we can see kuti single parenting is also contributing to child abuse nowadays. As we can see that a single mother cannot afford to take care of these children.
I understand that as the Justice for Children Trust, it is an organization that focuses on protecting the children. So I'd like to know what we have been doing to ensure that these children are protected in these cases of rape and abuse.
Okay, as a company, we provide legal aid. Vana kwatiri vasina vamiririri, we are there for them. Tukwanisa kuvamiririra vana ivavo. Vamwe vanenge vasina lawyers, we are there for them, we can stand for them. We can also provide legal education. Tinodzidzisa vana nzira dzakasiyana siyana dzokwanisa kuzvimiririra. Vana, some of them, they're lacking education. That's why they are being abused out there, because they cannot stand up for their rights. Some, they are lacking those rights, they don't even know such rights. So we are there to help them, to educate them of certain rights that they should know in order to stand for themselves.
All right, so on that note, you are saying that you are there to educate them. Then we want to know that if a child as little as 9 years old is being abused, do you think, what are the initiative that you are taking to make sure that these children, they really understand? Because a 9-year-old child that is grade 3, do you think they will really understand the issues of rights, laws, and all that? What are you really doing to ensure that these children, they really understand what legal advice is all about?
As a company, we are all about justice. So we start from the parents themselves. Nekuti mararame atinoita mwana ane 9 years achiri mumaoko mevabereki kuti umudze zvemarights vamwe havatozvizivi and vamwe havatozviunderstand. So the parents, we are to tell the parent what to do, because the parents are to take care of the children. So as a company, we ensure that the parents themselves are educated first before the children, because the parents, they have to take care of their children. A 9-year-old girl or a boy cannot understand anything for such things. So make sure that the parents are educated first, then we'll also educate the children.
All right, then that's clear. So I would want to know what is your advice to the parents out there, because with the recent cases that have been rising recently, we have noticed that the parents themselves, they are the ones that are now abusing these children, instead of them providing those explanation of what the rights are about and what the legal advices and education are about. What is your advice to these parents?
I would like to advise them to take off their children, But the main problem is our culture is being eroded with other cultures out there. So we can see that parents, they've lacked concern of their children. Why? Because they're searching things from out there. Some of them, they live out of the country, and there's no one to take care of the children. So I'm just encouraging parents out there to make sure that their children are in safe hands, and to make sure that their children, there's someone who look after them. Because some children, they're ending up being being in a child-headed family, whereas it is not good for a child to take care of the big family. So I'm just encouraging parents out there to take care of the children, because children are our most priorities. Thank you.
Yeah, children are the future of our generation, or the generations to come. Thank you, Ms. Shamafenga, for that insight and for giving us more on what your system focuses on and what you are doing. You have been doing well to provide protection laws for children that have been facing these abuses and rape. Thank you so much. We would want to have you again. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Ms. Shamafenga from the Justice for Children Trust, giving us more on what they have been doing as a system of justice to provide justice to children that have been victims of rape and abuse, and what they will do in future to ensure that these children are protected. From me and the crew behind the scenes, I hope that the society and the nation at large will come together to provide a safe place for children. And to parents that are out there, be the safe place for your children, be the security for your children, the safe place that the children will run to, rather than the perpetrators of rape, rather than being the ones to abuse your children. From me, I am Nyasha Mabwe.
Kushema kutaura kudai zvinenge zvichirema vatwafambidzana